Suzanne.
And
we are doing this for the 17th time. We are
chewing the fat. Finally.
There was
got it.
There was some of it shit.
It is. And this is a fatitude production.
Fatitude, yeah. Copyright, by the way, YouTube.
Fatitude.
We've copyrighted Fatitude,
So what we're going to be doing today is actually going through some things in the current news, but also things that we feel need to be discussed. So
we're basically going to just sit here and yak. So if you get bored, that's fair enough. You don't have to watch, but you know, it might be interesting. It might not.
You never know.
So
the first subject is
believe it or not,
it's the all-day breakfast that could be coming to McDonald's. Apparently, they've already started the trial in America in April.
Of course.
And it seems to be going quite well.
Of course.
So I think, yeah, I think it's a good idea. I really do. Bring it over to the UK, you know, because society's changing now, and you know, people do work night shift. You know, they could wake up and 5 p.m. think, oh, I fancy a sausage. Sausage.
We've all woke up at 5 a.m. and fancied a bit of sausage. Let's be honest.
But you know what? That's breakfast. Do you know what I mean?
That would have been a good link on to the other thing that we're doing next, which is gay rights.
Click.
I'm not Marseille. What do you mean?
Well, click.
Sorry, this is actually Suzanne's point of view. I'm just here to fill this gap. It looks a bit boring. This is
Oh yeah.
So she hasn't had enough all day breakfast yet to fill the gap. So she phoned me up and said, "Can you just come in?
Come in and fill the gap. Look like a right sausage."
Yeah. So basically, my quick opinion on it is, yeah, kind of the same as you. Just you should be able to eat what you want when you want. Who says Egg McMuffin is just for breakfast? So bring it to UK. I don't even like McDonald's anyway, so I'm not that bothered. But if I decide I want a McDonald's, I should be allowed to have a McMuffin at 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, whenever o'clock.
Exactly.
Now you can do your whole cut.
Okay. So anyway, the next topic that we are on to is Barack Obama tells African states to abandon anti-gay discrimination. So it's basically gay rights. So
he's back home, I think, where he's from is kind of the gist of it. And he's kind of, I think he's poking his nose in somewhere where he shouldn't. I think it's what he's trying to do. I think it's a nice idea, but it's not up to him or America to say it to Africa, you should do this, you should do that. Ideally, obviously I'm a gay man, ideally I would love it to be just accepted worldwide, but, you know, I mean, it's not going to happen overnight, and I don't think, my opinion on him doing it, I think you should maybe just, you know, you've done well in America, let Africa do their thing, I think as countries, we're always kind of butting into other countries and saying, you know, you should do this, we do that, you should do this. We should stick to our own countries and maybe get our country sorted out first and get people to abide by our rules in our country before we start telling them how to behave in their own country.
Rule their country and everything.
Right, that's it. That's the end of that cut.
But no, it is true though. You know, it's like, you know, well done for the US, by the way, for getting, you know, the gay rights and stuff. But just because they're a superpower,
stop all these rainbow bloody pictures. I'm sick of the rainbows. Just
because like they're a superpower, it doesn't mean that Barack Obama has the right to go to other countries and say, look, no, you can't do this, you can't do that. You know, let them come to their own realization of what it, you know, what gay rights and that's about, basically.
Forced acceptance isn't acceptance.
No, it's not. Anyway, the next topic that I've sort of been watching closely is the banning of WhatsApp and other sort of chat like platforms and everything on mobile and on PC. You know, the government basically want to ban it all, you know, to keep tabs on what's going on with terrorism, because that's basically what the world's about now. Everything's counter-terrorism and all, and they're wanting to ban it, and I don't think it's right. We, as a nation, as a world, as a group, should not have Big Brother watching down on what all the time. Terrorism is going to find a way, no matter what happens. Do you know what I mean? And taking that away, and
terrorism will always win,
right.
because there will always be extremists, and there'll always be extremists are people that just they'll find a reason. It doesn't matter. You can fix what it is, but they'll find another reason. They want to do that, and they're going to do that regardless. And
exactly.
I totally agree with you. Yeah, keep try and stop it. But I think by stopping living our lives the way that we do, that's how they're winning. They really are winning if we do that.
Yeah, because it's becoming detrimental to our freedom, to our, our rights, basically.
And what annoys me as well when people say, well, if you're not getting up to anything bad,
oh yeah,
then,
well, if you've got nothing to hide.
Yeah, well, it's not that I'm hiding it, but I don't want some stranger reading what I'm sending to you. I just don't like the idea of it. Like, obviously we're sharing this now, so we're kind of sort of self-editing a bit, but I don't want them to.
But this is our choice. This is our choice. That's all it comes down to, is the choice we choose.
It makes you think, what if they could get in your brain? I'm just going to sound like I need a tinfoil hat on here, but if they could get in your brain, is that the next step in 100, 200 years' time, where they're going to be like tapping into our brains and finding out what we're thinking? It's just a bit. It's too far. Yeah, well, and I don't think it's going to help.
If that happens, mate.
Well, I wouldn't be here now. I'd be locked up. I would be locked
I'll be in the cell next to you.
I'm going to stop speaking now before I start spilling my beans and my beans. I can spill the beans, spill the beans, spill the beans. I can spill the beans, spill the beans.
Spill your guts, you mean?
Just in case YouTube tries to copyright us again.
Oh, didn't even get into the copyright. That just did it for me today.
That was a song that I just made up, and if it happens to sound like any other song...
Tooth, shoot.
I can feel the beat, feel the beat.
Feel the beat.
It's not that song.
Well, I'm happy
Are we
with
done?
that one.
Are we done? We're both done? Have we both had our say?
Yes.
No, cut, yeah, cut. I'm like Michael McIntyre. Potholes. Roads. Potholes. The time it takes to do repairs on roads and potholes. Why in other countries do they seem to just, you go to Spain and other European countries and their roads are immaculate. Like I don't mean the little bumpy next to your hotel roads, but they're like motorways and stuff like that, and they're A roads and B roads, whatever that is that they call them there. They're brilliant to drive on. Yeah, England, it is literally like driving on the fucking moon sometimes. And they've got this, I don't know why, but the bloody, rather than fix them, they spend about 6 months going around spray painting yellow around the pothole.
Around the pothole.
Just while you're there with your spray paint can, just fucking fill it in.
Just fill it in with spray paint.
Spray paint.
But no, I do agree with you. I mean, it's like, look at we're local town, right? We're in the middle of summer.
Annick.
Annick, I should say Annick.
Hashtag Annick.
And it's like, that they closed like half of the A1 off, southbound, right the way through the summer when the tourism's at its greatest, and then once that's done, they shut the northbound. So it's it's detrimental to the tourism as well, and it's taken weeks upon weeks to get things fixed. Whereas you go to Germany and the roads are fixed within like 3 weeks. And you think, no, come on, where's the justice? And every time you go past them, the workmen, they're doing nothing. Stood. They're just stood. It's literally like, well, if you do some work, they come to the port.
It's not just that as well. I do not think the management of it, the traffic lights that they set up, nobody knows what's going on. We've got a big roundabout. I don't want to bore you too much about Annick, although probably most of the people watching this will probably be from Annick. But they've got bloody traffic lights that half the roundabout exits can't see, so you end up with a backlog of people on the roundabout. It's just an absolute nightmare. There's hardly any signage. It is literally like a load of school kids have come out and just plopped up lights and little signs. It's just rubbish. It's crap. Just sort it out, man. Just fix the fucking potholes and...
Sorry if you can hear like whinging in the background, like my parents' dogs, because I'm actually at my parents' house. I think he's wanting out. I know.
You talk.
Probably needing a wee. But yeah, anyway, when he takes the dog out for a wee, Yeah. Even though I don't drive, it still does get to me. It does piss me off. Because, you know, the backlog of traffic is horrendous in the summer enough as it is.
Mind your handle's right loose.
Oh, it's been like that for ages.
Put a loose handle.
There we go.
I'll get that sorted. Bet you're going to get yourself locked in like I did in my bathroom. Right, bit of a deep one, and it's a one that I've gotten myself into trouble with before on Facebook. And I would say 90% of people disagree with me on this. But the death penalty. And we kind of wanted comments back as well, just to hear what you think about it and whether you agree with it or not. Personally, I absolutely don't. And the reasons behind that is I don't think anybody has got the right to decide whether somebody lives or dies. And I just don't like it. It doesn't sit well with me. And I know people's going to fire back with, well, if I'm not even going to mention the crimes because they're too heinous to even mention, but if your sister, your mother, or blah, 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 blah. And what I say to that is, I get, if somebody like a knee-jerk reaction killed somebody because of that, I would totally get it. I would get the mindset. But it's the idea that people sit in a room and plan it out and say, yeah, we're going to kill this man, woman. And they've got family, they've got friends, and they're obviously going to suffer. It's not their fault that they've got a relative that's an absolute degenerate.
Yeah.
And it's not going to make anyone feel any better. If your loved one's still going to have been whatever. You're still going to have that. It's not going to make you feel better. It might, at first, you might think it will, but I don't think it's going to. In the long run, it's just going to.
It's basically what they say, like the eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth.
Yeah.
I just no.
What's the saying? If an eye for an eye, we'd all be blind or something like
yeah,
that.
exactly. No, but I'm with you in agreement with that. Like, you know,
do you actually agree?
I do actually agree with that one. I don't think it's right.
That think that,
but I don't believe in it.
Fair enough, because people are passionate about it, and I'm not. Who are we to disagree?
Exactly. But in our opinion, that is our opinion, that we don't agree with it, and I just don't. I don't think it should happen. You know, it's like you always see other people bring back hanging and all this. It's like, no. Them times are gone.
They used to watch it, didn't they? They'd make like a...
Yeah, they would make like a day. It was like a festival type of thing about it.
Why would you want to go and watch somebody?
You know, I mean, look at the Henry VIII times, you know, and there was a beheading. The whole bloody lot of them were there, cheering on and throwing bloody cabbages and rotten fruit and everything. I was like...
No, I want an all-day McDonald's breakfast. They do them now. Yeah. We didn't say we were going to do this, but just out of interest, what do you think about? You might not want to talk about it, but
no, go on.
Euthanasia. Is it euthanasia?
Oh, I believe in it.
You believe in it?
I actually believe in it because, again, it's coming down to that. That's your choice. It's your choice. It's not being took away from you. I do believe in it. You don't see an animal go through pain. You know, what do? You do the right thing and you go and get your animal put to sleep. You know, and especially with like the work that I do as well, and I see a lot of people with cancer, and there's no life there. There's no quality of life, and I do believe that euthanasia should be, if it's done properly and it's actually monitored.
That's it.
Yes.
But what you've just said there, I totally agree with. But where I start to worry is people might be kind of coerced into it. Do you know what I mean?
Sort of like
my relatives might be like, "Oh, you know, come on, you've had your time. We're gonna. It's time now. It's time."
Aye.
And how do you gauge if people are of sound body and mind? And that's what I worry about. And then I worry about everything. I don't know how the hell I sleep. Well, I don't sleep. It's like I've got bags. Things like this keep me up at night. But I worry also about like the very distant future. Like, what is it going to get? Are we going to be culled like animals? Is it going to be like, oh, the planet's getting a bit overpopulated? Let's do away with all the over 90s.
These days. I really wouldn't.
That worries me. But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
You don't
do it anyway, do they not?
What?
Is that not what palliative... I'm sure they do that anyway. Towards the end of certain diseases and stuff, they just kind of overdose you on They just pump you full of...
They pump you in. It's basically just to keep you comfortable, you know, and dry up the secretions and stuff like that. But I'm
glad you tuned in for this, Jerry Chan.
I know, it's very nice, isn't it? Doom and gloom. But anywho, to the next.
I'm sorry I'm squinting, but that's like the big record button is over half my face, and I'm like, look like a Bond villain there. And on a lighter note.
It's like Russell Howard's good news, this.
Copyright. Sorry, Russell.
Sorry, Russell.
It's nothing like Russell Howard's good news.
It's not, is it?
The
anyway.
production's much better on this, do you know what I think?
We decided that we were going to like finish sort of like our serious videos on a much lighter note, and we stumbled across this online, and it was police send helicopter, armed officers and dog unit to house after reports of a man brandishing a weapon, only to find it was a gardener with a rake. Now could you imagine it? You just think la 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 la, cut the grass, raking the grass up, and all of these people just descend on you, and you're like, oh, what the hell is going on? But do you know what it reminds us of?
Does it tell you in there? Did they not? Does the policeman not turn up, check it out first, surely, and then decide, oh yeah, we need the armed response here, or do they just take it on face value? Somebody said.
From basically what it says was like the police launched a major hunt.
It's the mail online. I've been in the mail online, and I was misquoted.
They'd received a 999 call from a member of staff at a nursing home 2 doors down, who reported seeing a man in a t-shirt outside holding up what appeared to be a weapon. So, in good old British style, let's get the whole response team out.
And then when something does go down, you get one sole policeman turns up 6 hours later when it's all bloody finished.
Oh my god, 5 police cars actually attended the incident, as well as a dog unit as well. I mean,
didn't I say helicopter?
Come on, helicopter. No, as well as a helicopter, which cost several thousands of pounds to scramble. What an absolute joke! Do you? Oh, you know. Now
the poor man was just doing his
gardening. I mean, come on, would you? Just.
Well, I wouldn't garden anyway. If you'd seen my garden, I'll try and get a little clip of it actually and show you, because it's.
But do you know what it reminds me of? Sideshow Bob out The Simpsons. He only keeps standing on the rake and it keeps bouncing.
Do you know what I didn't know about that? I'm digressing. I didn't realise it was Kelsey Grammer that voiced him.
Yeah, it was.
That was Frasier, wasn't it?
Frasier.
And who was the one that does his brother? That was someone quite...
Oh, Cecil. He was in Frasier as well.
Was it the
he
brother?
Was Niall.
Niall the brother.
Yeah, Niall the brother.
I'm sorry, I'm just rambling.
No,
I found that out recently and I was like... And then I was like, of course it is.
It's Kelsey Grammer.
Hello. What the fuck are you doing?
Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and please like, comment and subscribe. This will be going on.
Even troll if you want. Well, don't bother.
But we'd like to
give us attention. We want attention.
We want to hear your opinions on everything that we've spoke of about on this video. So
and please, by all means, anyone that also does a vlog, just pop a link to your vlog underneath.
Yes.
We'll have a look at it, like it, subscribe to it.
Yes.
And that, and
you know, a like for a like, a sub
we're
for a
both very
sub.
new at the moment at this, and we're enjoying doing it. So it might be a bit clunky, but this is just.
But everybody's got to start somewhere. Yeah. So thank you for your company on this video. So it'll be on my channel, which is Susie Spooks, as well as Carl's, which I'm not being funny.
I'm not going now. I'm not going straight away. I'm not just here to fill the car.
So anyway, thank you everybody, and for now, ta-ta.
Bye. Oh, this has been a Fatitude production.